So good morning everyone. Just a quick little tour this morning. I was trying to get some harvesting done before the tropical storm moves in. So we're supposed to be getting a little tropical storm today. You see it was blue sky just a second ago, and now like the dark clouds are moving in, so we're supposed to get a little storm. So I was trying to get a little bit of harvesting done and get some of the redder tomatoes out of there real quick so that they don't crack. Because if you don't get your redder tomatoes out, if they get too much water, they can get cracks and splits in them. So I was pulling them out. Even if they had just a little bit of orange at the top, I can always put them in a paper bag, like a brown paper bag. And I learned that from my stepdad, who taught me that if they're not completely ripe, you don't have to put them on a windowsill or anything. You can actually put them in a brown paper bag and put them in a dark pantry or a dark cupboard inside of a brown paper bag, and your tomatoes will ripen up nice and beautiful and red in the paper bag in the cupboard. So that's just a little trick that I learned from my stepdad, who is an awesome gardener and has a big, beautiful garden in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And he taught me that, and I have been using that little trick for a while. So I've eaten quite a few of the cherry tomatoes, breakfast of champions. So I have a few left here that are going to go into the house, and I've already harvested the two big cucumbers that were on the vine. And you might say, oh well, why is this one so small? Well, you should pick your cucumbers really before they get to this size. This one was just a really odd shaped one, and I don't know why it got shaped that way, but these were some of the early ones. So my cucumber plants did struggle a bit with aphids really early on, so they got a lot of damage from the aphids early on. So they were not very happy early on, and they were struggling quite a bit, but they are doing wonderfully now. I sprayed them down a few weeks ago when they were really having problems with a mixture of neem oil, peppermint oil, and a little bit of rosemary, which are three oils that I get all from Gary Pilchard from the Rusted Garden, and I will leave a link to that in my comments below if you're interested in getting those products. And I sprayed them all down, and they're doing beautifully now. I mean, look at all these flowers on them. There's so many flowers, and I have so many, oh look, bees, pollinators, yay. I have so many flowers on them now. I mean, look at all these flowers. And I have so many cucumbers coming in now that, I mean, the plant is just going crazy. You can see that it's made it to the top of the trellis already. The leaves are beautiful and green. The aphid damage that it had on it is pretty much stopped now. I probably do have to spray again because it has been probably about a good 3 weeks since I sprayed the last time. So just for preventative measures, I should really spray it again, because I do see like a couple aphids and some whiteflies that have been on them within the last couple days. So I think, and it's rained quite a few times, so I think I do need to spray them again. But I mean, they're doing so well. You see the nice pretty green leaves, and these are some of the older leaves that had the aphid damage on them. So but they're doing really well. And like I said, there's lots of flowers, lots of baby cucumbers coming in. You can see like they're everywhere, and you can see there's one right here that's coming in, and they're pretty much just like everywhere. Last night I was trying to bring this one through the trellis, and I broke it. I was feeling so bad, but it has so many leaves and so many new little stalks that are coming out, and I'm not really so worried about it breaking that one branch off. So it will be fine. I have no idea what that little terrible bug is, but I don't like him on my cucumbers, so I want him to go. He didn't look like he was doing anything good, so he needs to go. Anyway, so I come out here in the morning and I check and make sure that everything's okay. The leaves don't look damaged, or nothing looks wilted, and nothing's getting tied up into anything. So I come out and just kind of straighten everything out, make sure everything's okay and everything looks good. And there's my guard dog over there barking. My garden guard dog. Hi, Marls. She comes out and helps me every day, and yeah. So anyway, so I got lots of cucumbers coming in, everywhere. They're like everywhere. If you look at them, they're hiding out everywhere. There's one there, there's one there. I mean, they are like everywhere. And if I go around to the other side, oh, there's another one hiding over there. If I go around to the other side of the plant, this side is not doing as great as the other side is, but it finally started to do really well. Started to get a lot of flowers, but there's a lot more flowers on the other side. The ones coming up from the other side. But I have cucumbers on this side coming out. There's one there, and then there's another one over here, and there's lots of flowers and lots of baby cucumbers coming up on this one as well now. But this one struggled a little bit. They struggled a little bit more on this side. So, in other things, my later tomato plants are starting to get big and bushy, and they're developing flowers now, even though they're in a little more shadier area of the lawn. My green beans are actually still producing a little bit, but I want to succession plant. So I want to, this weekend, I'm actually going to plant a succession of green beans so I can have green beans coming up when these ones die out. When these ones die out, I'll have more green beans ready to come up and give me green beans when these ones are ready to come out. But these ones have been producing really well. And my squash plants, these are the second succession of squash plants that I planted, and you see a beautiful flower right there, and that is a female flower, but there wasn't a male flower on this one. So I took one of the male flowers from the ones up on the deck and I tried to hand fertilize it. So I hope it's gonna make me a squash in that one. And these ones don't have too many flowers yet. They're awfully green and have a lot of leaves, but no flowers on the two of these yet. So I'm kind of waiting. There was one flower in there, one male flower, if you can see it. It was in there. But these guys are really bushy. I lost one of these to a vine borer, so I'm hoping that the vine borers don't get the rest of them. But they're doing pretty good, and no vine borers yet. My sweet potato, my one lonely sweet potato plant is doing pretty good. It's branching off, it's getting really big, it's growing really well.